Hello guys, it's Facebook Live day. I know I'm a day behind. We've had a lot going on here, but I'm here for you, Facebook Live, and we're going to make a card with a stamp set called Birthday Song, and it is a cute birthday stamp set that is available in the July online exclusives. Okay, so it's been a minute since we've started having online exclusives. It's been a while, and those products just keep growing and growing in our offering. So if you're not looking in the section called online exclusives, you're missing like a ton of what we sell. So make sure and pop in there and see what's online only. Now, this set is available in early July for customers. But if you're a happy shopper like me, so that just means Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so you can either buy stamps at a discount or sell stamps, paper, ink, all the things, then you get to order early. So I've been able to order early from these online exclusives. I'll tell you, the online exclusives also include Halloween, and this is a swap I got on my Alaska cruise, and then also there's some Christmas and fall in there. So just to get yourself excited, it pays to be an early release happy shopper and just get what you want when you want. The other thing is, if you're tired of things selling out before you order them, then being a happy shopper is the key, because you can order those right when they come out and you don't have to fight with other people for those items. So I'm using also a new set of designer paper that is also on the online exclusives. Let's get started. My name is Cogbill. My business is papermadeprettier.com. I like to make pretty things out of paper, and I go live every Wednesday at 1 Central, and to show you something cute. And I would love to be your next your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and order you some of these fun products that you can use at home to make your own cards. All right, so if you're on Facebook, make sure and share and like my page, and then head on over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another fun card video. All right, let's get started. We're going to start with a piece of Secret Sea. Now, Secret Sea is basically like everybody's favorite color. I haven't heard of anyone that's like, I don't really like Secret Sea. It's just the most versatile color in the world. I'm looking for, my scoring blade has fallen off of my trimmer. So we're just gonna fold this in half. I know, that will hurt your feelings, but it's okay. So fold that in half, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a 1 1/4 inch off of the front. Okay, so 1 1/4 inch comes off of the front panel. And we're making a fun fold. I don't know if I mentioned that today, but this cute card opens up like this. I did put a glue dot on there just so I could take a picture. So that's what we're gonna make. Okay. So then we're going to use a piece of basic white. Sometimes I have all my pieces cut, but today is not one of those days. All right, so you're gonna put 5 1/4 by 4 inside, and that's gonna be important for some other. It's gonna sort of be like our anchor piece. So we're gonna pop that. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pop that inside because we kind of have to know where our sentiment is gonna be based on something else that we have to do. Okay, and then we're going to get some designer paper. So this is called Violet Dreams, not Violent Dreams. We don't need that. Violet Dreams. And this is the hero, or the hero sheets. So these are the sheets that make me go, ooh, nice. They're violets. Who doesn't love that? I'm going to use this piece that kind of, I was aiming for some pinks, or at least some colors that go with pinks, because I knew I was going to use those flamingos. So we've got some hero sides, got a whole sheet of die cuts. I didn't really use any of these in my card, but I'll definitely be using those later. But you've got some great colors in here. We've got Peaceful Pine and Hydrangea Hue, but also Fresh Freesia, and I think that's Gorgeous Grape. Let's look. Gorgeous Grape and Secret Sea. Those, and Darling Duckling is popped in there, here and there. Okay, so let me show you some of the other pages. We've got some monochromatic and some stripes. This is cute. It looks like a classy wallpaper you might see. And then another piece like that. Oh, I didn't notice that Secret Sea polka dot. That's really cute. Okay, I'm sticking with the sheets that I've already used. And so this piece is going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. This is going to be your front panel. And then you're going to need a little snip of that striped piece that, if I was really fancy, I could find the first striped piece, but I'm just going to go again. So this is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Now, again, I chose this striped piece because I knew I was going to color the flamingos. And so if you saw my Facebook post yesterday, I said that I was trying to decide whether to use Fresh Freesia or Bubble Bath to color these cute guys. And as luck would have it, I used both. But I definitely was looking for a pink color that I could use. And so my point I was making to you guys on Facebook is, when you get ready to stamp and then you're like, I wonder what color I'm gonna color that, then what I recommend is you get out a piece of basic white and you just take your blends that you're thinking about using and just make a little swatch. Okay, just make a little swatch. And so those are my Fresh Freesia. This is my Bubble Bath. And honestly, what I do is then I hold it up to my paper and I go, I really like the way this blends and I like the way this blends. So these two, light Fresh Freesia and light Bubble Bath, are going to be my main paper inks that I'm going to use. So that's just a little tip on, if you're not sure what colors to use, then grab out some Whisper white paper, because those colors are going to look real different on different colors of things. Okay, so I've stuck this to the inside, this to the outside. And I will set my markers aside, but I'm going to use all 4 of them eventually. Okay, now I was really excited to use this, and so I was happy to use it on this card. This is a new item. It's something Borders. Looks like I've pulled out the package that has the name on it, but it's definitely in the online exclusives, and it's something Borders. And I am going to try, I think I want to try this one. Let's just see what happens. So this is great for cards, but also I can see it being very useful for scrapbooking or cards. So if you're a scrapbooker, these will be great. But you just pop out the borders, and they're already kind of laser cut, so this makes it super easy. Now, the one I used yesterday came out a little quicker because it was less detailed, so I used this one. But today I'm going for flowers since I'm using the violets anyway. Oh my gosh, how pretty would that be if you colored those? But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use what I have. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in here and I'm going to cut 5 1/2. Now, I'm making this card a little bit different than I made the other card. And I like that Stampin' Up! Made the 5 1/2 kind of at the end of a flower, so thank you. Probably didn't do that on purpose, but it works. And then what I want to do is actually connect this to the inside of the front. Instead of on this card, I connected it to that, but I realized afterwards that I wanted to connect it to the front. So, and there are a few teeny pieces to pop out of here. There, I don't guess the floral centers come out, those stay. But there's a few little tiny pieces throughout here that you need to pop out. Okay, oh, this is gonna be cute. Now I'm gonna grab some glue dots and I'm gonna use these, this, and this that are poking out the farthest. And I'm gonna put a little glue dot on now. Now that piece is going to be hanging, you want to make sure the glue dot is covered completely. Don't let it be hanging off, because it will keep your card closed. So get the glue dot on there good. And then we're going to fasten it right under here. So that little border is connected to the front of your card. And how cute is that? I mean, it's going to be cute anyway, but I think that's adorable. All right, now I've got a die cut from the Sweet Words and Labels dies. I know some things from that, it's from the Winnie the Pooh Suite now, or whatever it's called, but I call it the Winnie the Pooh Suite. But this is an indispensable set of dies. I think I've used it on every card since I bought it. But I don't think it's sold out. But if it is, put it on your notifications list to let Snap It Up tell you when it comes back, because it's indispensable. So what I will tell you is we're going to do our stamping on this piece. And then I went ahead and I took my trimmer, and I do need a scoring tool. I'm just going to try to use my ruler here and see what happens. No, not going to work. Hold on. Let me get a trimmer that has a scoring blade. Okay. So what you're looking for is you're going to line up this and this area with your well. And don't cut, but score this, okay? So this piece is going to fold and go under right here. So you're going to stick it underneath there. Okay, so I just put the adhesive here and here so I could slip that under there eventually. All right, so now we're going to do our stamping here. But remember, you need to center your image between here and here, because that's all that's going to show. So our sweet little birthday flamingo is next. And I thought, or flamingos, I thought they were just adorable. And I'm going to stamp those with Memento. I'm gonna get another block out so I don't have to keep switching blocks. Now, and you also, if you don't have Memento, you can purchase our new basic black ink. I have not opened mine yet, just out of sheer, like, haven't had a chance. So, I hear it works very similarly. So, and believe it or not, we have enough room for this entire flamingo trio. So cute. And now there's some special stamps in here. There's some little music notes, and so I'm gonna stamp those with Memento to imply that they're singing. And you'll see once we get on the inside what that's about. And then I've got this little stamp that denotes sound. And so we're basically telling you, hey, these guys are singing to you. Okay, that's what that stamp is for. And I made a smudge, so we're gonna put some extra notes here. There's always room for covering up your boo-boos. Okay. Gonna keep those music notes pretty close. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the light Fresh Freesia and the light blends. Light Fresh Freesia, light bubble bath. So we're gonna color our right and left. This looks darker. No, this is the right color. It just dries differently. We're gonna color his sweet little body. And then this guy's sweet little body. Now, are flamingos Fresh Freesia colored? No, but it doesn't matter. We're creative. So, and then we're actually gonna use the darker Fresh Freesia. I looked up flamingos, and of course you probably already know this, but their legs are just kind of the same color as their body, but a little bit darker. So I just went with the darker shade of the Stampin' Blend for that. And then I'm gonna come in with my lighter bubble bath for our middle flamingo. And you may want to really blend it out and get some light and dark shades on that guy, but it's fun to do sometimes, but I'm usually a quick colorer. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I do have some videos if you want to learn how to blend, like fancy blend, I can send you, but we're quick blending today. All right, so you've got all your colors in there, and then I'm going to use my dark bubble bath to pop down those feet there. It's subtle, but it's a little bit darker. Voila. So you've got your little flamingos and their musical notes. Those are all ready to go into your card. So all I'm going to do is take my Stampin' Seal, put a little bit on the back side of that flap, and I'm going to tuck it in here and fold it over right there. Okay, so that's where our fun fold comes in. And then we're going to do our sentiment. Now, the first time I stamped this sentiment, I fouled it up pretty badly, but that's what the Stampin' Positioner is for. So we're going to line this end up with our 7, and we know we're going to be stamping right in this area. So we're going to put our little, what do you call it, things really close to that. And I may need to move my stamp around because it's still set for the last time I made this card. So I'm going to center this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story of this birthday song. And the way the Stamp Positioner works, once you set it down, you can kind of hold it. And then, obviously, I need to tilt that a little bit. It's not in line with the grids. Okay, now it's good. So at Stampin' Up, they're about cards, right? They may not really be about singing the birthday song. So they all gather around someone's desk, and they sing this song. And you may have heard this before, but they say, "This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Clap." And that's it. Hey. So that's it. And it's a fun little side note on this. And so that's what the sentiment says. It says, "This is your birthday song. It isn't very long." So that's that. All right, line back up with our 7. And we will ink it up here. So this is where your Stampin' Positioner can really help you. Now what? Oh, I was like, what is happening? I went over those little tines. I'm like, what is going on there? All right, so now we're going to ink up our sentiment. But that's the story of this stamp set. That's how birthdays are celebrated at the home office. And I do think the birthday song is kind of awkwardly long. And so that's a fun way to do it differently. So there's your sentiment. Pop it in there. And then I just thought it would be cute to pop in a few of those music notes around here. Love that. I'm just going to do 2 sets. And then the embellishments are out of this world for this suite. We have this Fresh Freesia, I think it's a 1/4 inch ribbon, and it's dreamy. And then the cutest little embellishments. They're like, I don't know if they're called flower accents, but there's a Fresh Freesia, not hydrangea hue, gorgeous grape, and just a pearly colored one. But I thought those were so precious. Now I'm going to come in here and tie a ribbon around this corner. Now I'll tell you, this ribbon is very like substantial. Like, it's not stiff, I wouldn't call it that, but it's definitely not soft. So it ties a nice ribbon, but you have to really kind of like manhandle it, if that makes any sense. Now I've got some new snips. These are called, I put a green dot on it so I would remember that these are my new paper, and I'm gonna call them paper snips for a minute until I remember that they're called detailed scissors. They look just like our old paper snips. They're very sharp. I've used them in multiple projects, and you won't be wrong. You won't go wrong with them. And then I'm going to pop on one of these precious flowers. So I do like the Fresh Freesia one right here on this corner. These are so big that just one right there is perfection. All right. So there's your fun fold with your stamp set called Birthday Song. It's a sneak peek, so I will put the link for you to purchase a starter kit, which means you can pick $125 for $99, no shipping, and join my team so that you can always be the early bird and get your products quicker than the rest of the world. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.